So I've got a pair of these outdoor spotlight fixtures. Actually, I've got more than a pair, but these are just the two here. I've been generally very pleased with them overall, but I tried to turn them on last night to find that neither of them worked. Neither this one nor this one, which I had in this container, sort of illuminating the inside of this shrub here. Neither of them came on, which I thought, well, okay, that's odd. Now these are wired into this external light up here, which is, what was here when we moved in. So I just punched a knockout on the bottom of the bulkhead and ran one of these rubber-coated cables out of there and eventually into one of these junction boxes. Now these were reasonably cheap. It was like a box of 10 from someone on eBay, and my first suspicion was that water had got in here and caused some kind of bang. Now I don't know well, the reason I thought this was because in other places around the garden where I'd used these, water had got in. The seal just didn't seem to be particularly great. There is an O-ring in there, and I thought I'd tighten them up and I'd made sure that these joins were all nice and tight, but somehow it was down at the end of the garden over there. I had a cable that was going all the way down this fence, and I picked one up and I could hear it sloshing around inside, and I thought, oh great. So I basically just disconnected it all, and I've just got the one here by the patio, which I just kept an eye on. So I assumed that that's what had happened, though none of the RCDs had popped, none of the breakers in the consumer unit had gone, and that light was still running, so that probably should have been the indicator that it wasn't this. Now I've already opened this up and I won't bother opening up again to check it, and it was fine. It's got a couple of those Wago terminal blocks which I have probed out with my cheapy multimeter. It's probably the first time actually that I've used this on mains electricity. There's always a part of me that was slightly hesitant to do anything mains related, because I mean, yeah, this is about as cheap as these meters get. But no, there was power coming to here, no problem. I put a different bulb. You can see there's one of the Poundland Electrek, or Electrek, that's it, brand bulbs in there, and that works fine. But this one, these bulbs, do not. So yeah, it seems that these two bulbs, this one and this one, died at the same time, which seemed unlikely, but apparently that's the case. So I've been pulling this one apart to have a look inside, and I'll set the phone up in the little tripod so that we can see what's going on, and I'll do an ode to BigClive. Right, so there's my profoundly cheap tripod set up. It is so cheap and light that I've even had to clamp a thumb detecting nutfucker to weigh it down. So yeah, this is not going to be Clivian quality, but yeah. So these are the two bulbs, and they come apart fairly straightforward. The front screws off, and there's a little piece of glass and a reflector, and that's it. Now we take the back off, and as anyone who is a regular viewer of Sir Clive will be familiar, it has one of these customary power supply modules that you find in a lot of these bulbs. So let's just see if they've both failed the same way and what's happened with them. So Just this one, I can just peel that tape off. Oh yeah, there you go, there's something already. Oh, sorry, you can't see that. So it appears to be that has gone pop. Tiny, tiny little resistor. R6, apparently. So let's just go and check the others. Also, I have just been powering this, so I'm trying to touch it very carefully. Okay. Hopefully that, yeah, if there was anything there, that would have done it. And this one, okay, that'll peel off as well. Oh, that, no, oh wow, okay, yeah, same failure in this one. Again, it's this R6 has just completely popped, and it looks like it's taken that transistor with it. What about this one? Oh no, actually that's just residue from the tape. But yes, both of those resistors have gone. So I do think that would be a relatively easy fix. If I have another one of these bulbs that I can measure the resistance of, I'm not sure if I'll bother actually trying to repair them or if I'll just chuck them out. But might keep the parts at least. I mean, those LEDs will be fine. Certainly there are no black spots visible there, so I don't seem to have lost the cobs. So I'll definitely hang on to those and the housings. But yeah. So, what do we think might have caused that? Personally, I have no idea. Does look like maybe something else has been going on this one here, because this is a bit of a, I don't know if it's a soot mark or, I don't know if it's kind of hard to see inside, but it is a little bit brown underneath the transformer. But yeah, very interesting. So I'm not aware of there having been any pops recently. I guess maybe this happened a while ago, because yeah, I mean, if one of these bulbs dies, then it tends to take out the lighting circuit, so I have to go back to the consumer unit and flip it back on again. But I don't recall that happening recently. So is it possible that maybe they just burnt out and that was it? That was the end of it? Actually, let's just, since I've got the mediocre meter, let's say, I don't know, 20k, why not? You can tell I don't really know what I'm doing. So you might not be able to see this very well, but let's just try and see what we've got in terms of continuity across there, because I suspect that that's just, oh no, there's, no, that was a mirage. Yeah, no, there's, okay, so yeah, some of these other points will give us a flash of continuity. Yeah, see, there's a connection there, but that is knackered. And presumably the same thing on this one. 1 second. I'm just going to go and have a look in the electricals and bulb drawer and see if I've got any more of this style. So I'll be right back. I am he who has returned. So yes, I've got a whole bunch more of these, so that's all right. Again, it would have been a bulk lot, you know, 10 for £8 or whatever it was on eBay. Though funnily enough, in the drawer of spare bulbs and fittings and back boxes and sockets, I also found a pair of 74 HC74s. Don't know how these things turn up, but yeah, I'm just dropping chips everywhere, aren't I? It's been a very long time since I've had any of my electronic stuff here, so yeah. Anyway, let's open one of these new ones up and see what value that resistor is supposed to have. It's entirely possible that that resistor is just meant for to work as a fuse, basically. I don't really have the inclination right now to probe out the whole circuit board and get the values and draw out a schematic. As I say, I'm absolutely certain that BigClive has done this 1,000 times before. This is well, these were listed as dimmable, so I don't know. Go have a look for dimmable module, LED power module on BigClive's channel. I'm sure you'll find something. I'll pop a link into the description if I find it, or if somebody wants to link it in the comments. So have a look in the description. There might be something there. Let's have a look at this one. Okay. So, first off, let's try the old reading the numbers, but I don't really know how to read these numbers, so BR20 or maybe 8R20. I'm not quite sure. Do not have a magnifying glass to hand, so again, let's just resistance, just give it a quick probe and see what it says. Oh, okay. Well, let's take the range all the way down. Wow, really? Okay. How do I read that then? That is, what, 850? Yeah, I guess that's what that is. 850 or something about that. Okay. Let's just wrap this one back up again because this is the working one. Well, supposedly working, we'll find out. Pop this back together. Get on there. I haven't actually tried any of these bulbs on a dimmer yet, so as to whether or not they do actually dim or how well they dim, I couldn't tell you. But I thought it was good to have the option. And let's just have a quick look on here. So it looks like the resistor is connected across this capacitor and that lead of the, sorry you can't see that, use a pointing device. So it looks to me like this leg of the transistor is connected to this side of the resistor, and then this side is connected to the capacitor here. Let's just check that. I'm just trying to not block out all the light. The light's coming in through the patio door over there. So this is an impromptu kitchen table deal. So yeah, I don't know if you can see the display, probably not. But there is continuity on that side. And on that side. So yeah, as I suspected, this side of the resistor connects to this pin of the transistor, which I'm guessing is the collector. EBC, or eggs, bacon and chips, as I remember from school, one of the few things I do remember from school. And this side is connected to this side of the capacitor, which then goes over to whatever that is. I can't see it. A Q2, so some other kind of transistor, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if this was of any interest to anyone. Probably not. But yeah, I just thought it was quite interesting how they both went pop in the same way at the same time. My guess is that there was a bit of an electricity surge at some point and they didn't appreciate it. But yeah, so please, anyone, if you have any ideas or suggestions on what happened here, or if there's any light that you can shed on this, that would be really interesting for me. In the meantime, I'm just going to stick some new bulbs in it, and I suspect I'll probably just cut the module out. In fact, there we go. Screw you. Don't like you. Be gone. And I'll just keep these bits. Don't need that. In fact, maybe if I hadn't have ripped that out, that would have been a little bit more convenient. But let's be a little bit more graceful about this one, shall we? Clip. 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 There we go. So yeah, some bulb parts that I will probably just stick in the junk drawer, and who knows, they might come in useful at some point. But I suspect what will happen is that I'll just store them for a while and then end up chucking them out anyway. But yeah, interesting.